Hi everyone, I am Vineeth Kumar. In this video, I will show how to create counter app using class-based component in React. And manage its value using state. So here we can see the output of my counter app. So this is the count initial value, and in this here I have three buttons. One is for increment and decrement. This is for reset. If I click the increment button, the count will be incremented by 1, and if I click the decrement, the count will be decremented by 1. If I click the reset, the count will be 0. So let's get started to write code. First here I am removing the all code. Import React. Here I am creating the class counter app extends with React.component. So class have render method and return. So in this return, I am exporting this component. Export default counter app. So in this div, here I am creating the one div. The div class name is counter conditional, and I am giving the heading counter app, and so initial count value is 0. Here we can see the 0 and increment button. If I click this button, I want to increment this count value. So that purpose, here I am writing the first I need to create constructor. Here I am creating the constructor, and in this constructor super method, and here I am creating the state. Here count equals to 0. So here I created this state. So this state is used to hold the information about the component as an argument, as an object. So here I am taking the count initial value is 0. So in place of I want to show that initial value, this dot state dot count. Here I am writing the on click function. On click this dot. Here I am writing the method name. Handle increment. Here I am writing the arrow function. So when I click the button, I want to increment by 1. So that purpose here this dot set state. So this set state method is used to update the state value. So here here we can see the output once it is updated or not. Here the count will be incremented by 1. After some time I want to add some condition, like after reaching the count 10 I want to disable this button. So that purpose here I am writing the one attribute disable this dot state dot count equals to 10. Here we can see after reaching the 10 this button will be disabled. So the next one is for decrement. So I am creating the same method, same button, and here I am changing the minus, and here I am changing the method name. Now if I click the decrement button, I want to decrement it by 1. So same, I am creating the method. Here I am giving the arrow function here I'm giving -1, so it will decremented by 1. So if here we can see I don't want to see the negative numbers. When I reach the count 0, I want to disable this button. So that purpose I want to write disable attribute in this dot state dot count equals to 0. So here we can see after reaching the 0, this button will be disabled, and I want to add reset button reset. When I click the reset button, this count will be 0. So on click, this dot set state count. Here we can see if I click the reset button, the count will be 0. So this is all about counter app. In the next video we will discuss more examples. So thank you.